Hey guys, it's Melissa from CA House Music. I'm back with the update on the coronavirus that I promised in my last video. Obviously, there has been an astronomical response since my last video, where we kind of didn't really know where things were going. We were a little bit in a holding pattern, but obviously there have been some huge changes since my last video. So how does that affect the music industry, specifically music retailers? So for us, we are a music retail store, and we are a full-line music retail store. So that means we sell not just, guitars, drums, sound and lighting, but we also do band instruments, orchestra, and piano. So we work with a lot of our local schools doing band instrument rental programs for the beginning band instrument students. So obviously, there's been a lot of different responses from the different states. And we are specifically located in Ohio and West Virginia, and we work with a lot of schools in Pennsylvania as well. So for us, the responses are all going to be pretty individualistic depending on where you're located, what states you're located in, etc. But for us, in Ohio, school has been canceled for the next 3 weeks. West Virginia is indefinitely, and Pennsylvania has required close of all non-essential businesses. So for us, that's going to have an impact on our beginning band instrument programs. We do a lot of band instrument rental programs in the spring. So we're a little bit scrambling to work with the band directors to kind of schedule makeups for those band programs. But because everything's so in flux, we're kind of, again, in a wait and see holding pattern. Now, West Virginia is suspended indefinitely, so we're not sure if they're even going to go back for the semester. We're hearing a lot of rumors, nothing substantiated at this point, obviously. So that wait and see holding pattern is still pretty valid. In store, we are doing a lot of we're still open to the public, and all of our employees are still coming in. Obviously, that's also in a little bit of a wait and see pattern. We're hearing a lot of rumors about what might and might not happen. Pennsylvania has shut down all non-essential businesses. So that is always a potential. So we're kind of making plans right now. If that should happen, what would we do, etc. As of right now, what we are doing in store, we are practicing social distancing. Some of our sales guys, they're really used to, shaking hands and, getting close to help people try out instruments and that kind of thing. So it's a little bit of a, you really have to be conscious about that social distancing. But we are, keeping all of our staff informed, reminders on the daily social distancing. But we also have we've changed up a couple in-store practices as well. We are not doing any band instrument tryouts in store. Obviously, there has been a lot of scientific, study of this new coronavirus, but there's just not been enough time to have anything proven. So we don't know how long the germs will last on surfaces. I mean, they're almost certain it's an airborne illness, so transmitted by droplets, which is why there's that 6 feet distance. But everything's been moving so fast, we are not taking any chances. So we have put a halt on all band instrument tryouts in store. We practice safe hygiene every day, no matter what. We thoroughly cleanse all mouthpieces. We thoroughly, clean our instruments. However, it's so uncertain at this point. We can't be sure. So we've put a stop to all of that. With our combo department, with guitar, trying, and drum and sound and lighting, all of that kind of stuff, we have put up signs that asking that the people in store only try instruments out with a salesperson present. So that way we know exactly what guitars have been touched, exactly what instruments. We can pull them off the wall, clean them immediately. We have gloves. We are also Cloroxing and sanitizing every hour. So we're cleaning counters, we're cleaning handles, we're cleaning bathrooms, we're wiping down surfaces, and we're doing that every single hour on the hour. We also are offering, we have gloves in store. Some of our people are using gloves. We're practicing really safe hand washing techniques. We've put up signs in our bathrooms that give alternate songs to Happy Birthday for how long you're supposed to wash your hands. So we're really trying to be conscious and cognizant of all of the social distancing and cleaning and hygiene directives being passed down right now. We're also watching and keeping up to date with all of the governor live streams, all the announcements they're making. We are making sure to have key personnel watch those every day to make sure that we are thoroughly complying with everything that we are supposed to. As for the gatherings of 10 or more, most of our stores at any given time don't really have 10 people on staff, and they're not all gathered in a small space at one time. Our St. Clairsville store would be the exception to that 10 employee gathering. However, a lot of our employees have their own offices, and a lot of employees don't work in the same department. So it's not really a gathering of 10 or more in close proximity at all times. Most people are really staying to themselves. So in essence, we are complying with that as well, because people are not in small spaces, 10 or more people. Everyone who has their own office is really staying in their own office. So at this time, that's kind of what we're doing. When it comes to manufacturers, we're not certain right now what our immediate future holds. Nobody really is. So we are getting our plans in place. We were in the process of putting in a lot of opening orders with, a lot of our manufacturers. However, we've been unfortunately really trying to push that back a little bit, just because we're not sure right now if we're going to be shut down as a non-essential business. So if a big shipment would come in while we don't have enough staff on hand to handle a big shipment, that would be really bad news. We don't want things lost in transit because we couldn't accept the shipment. So we're really trying to kind of be in a holding pattern with that. We're not sure if we're going to have the staff on hand to handle any bigger shipments. Now, as a store, we do have a lot of backstock. We are very lucky in that we have a large warehouse at our main location where we have a lot of room to keep backstock, and we do that. So we are fully stocked. And we're also in anticipation of being closed to the public, really ramping up our online presence. Now, we've always kind of kept a very good website up with a large sampling of all of our products. However, in the past couple days, we've really been making a concentrated effort to get every single product that we have in any of our 4 locations up on our website. And I would, at this time, really encourage people to kind of check in with their local businesses. As people have said, excuse me, I apologize. As people have said, there are a lot of local businesses right now that are closing or have been forced to close or are not seeing a lot of people. And one really good way to support your local businesses at this time is, even if you don't want to go in, you can buy something for pickup later or buy gift cards to come in at a later time, just to kind of tide over these smaller businesses and your local businesses in your community, because I know that a lot of people are worried at this time, not just consumers, but small business owners. It's a little bit of a scary time to not just be worried about you and your loved ones catching a virus that could be potentially dangerous and practicing these social distancing techniques, but it's also a matter of, we have a lot of people here depending on the store for their livelihood, and we're very lucky that we are in a very good position. We have a lot of support from our local communities, and that's great. But there are a lot of local businesses that are not in as good a position as we are at this time, and I know that there are a lot of people who are worried about that. And just another message to you guys: we appreciate you so much. We are so blessed and so lucky to be in the community that we're in, to have our thriving online presence, to have our great online community, and then our great local community. So we want to thank you guys, and we want to ask you guys to please stay safe, practice the social distancing. We're all attempting to flatten that peak, and the more people we can keep safe, the better. So stay safe out there, guys. We appreciate you, and thank you so much for tuning in. And I'll be back later with another update for you. Thanks so much.